Hi, this is a walkthrough tutorial for the Perdition Lost Sector on Legendary difficulty. This is a fun and pretty easy Lost Sector. You want to get your light above 1300 in Season 13. We're going to be going into the buffs. We got Barrier and Overload champions, nothing too difficult. The Vex Shocker mod spawns the Fnatic pools at the feet of the Vex that are defeated. And then you have ++ arc damage. Awesome. So we're going to be going with the stasis build mainly for survivability and slowing down any enemies that are going to come towards you. That's what the Duskfield grenades are for. The specific aspects aren't as important. We just wanted a little bit more fragment slots to get those passive bonuses, which are mainly going to be around freeze, slowing enemies down, increasing that slow, and just basically if anything's coming towards you, you want to slow it down as much as possible, weaken it a little bit just to be able to get rid of it. Because while we are going for total, basically, arc damage, there are some void shields on the Minotaurs that you're going to want to clear out. And so if you slow them down a little bit or even freeze them, that can help a lot. So that's mainly what the Withering Blade is for. Otherwise, the Hunter kind of really isn't that suited for this because you don't really want to be dancing among them with an arc super. So yeah, we get the passive bonuses to weapon damage with freezing, as well as slowing down, increasing that duration. Now we get into the actual gear. You want Sniper for this. It's very useful. I like my Succession. I don't like its magazine size, but the main benefits to this, I like it for controllability. Plus it looks pretty cool. But that major spec mod on it is really helpful when you can do precision damage against the champions. I've actually switched to a lower light level one with a higher magazine with reproduction. What is that mod called? The one that increases your magazine size. But that no distractions and major specs are the key. With this, there's a lot of harpies, low tier ads with arc shields. So you want to have that arc element on something with a primary ammo. So you're going to be just bip bip bip, take out those harpies and those shields. And with our Charge with Light mods, we're going to take extra benefit from clearing those shields out very easily. And then the Wardcliff Coil is the real damage dealer of this build. In terms of the exotic, Gemini Jester wasn't a priority. It's all about survivability, and there's nothing really that makes use of the stasis or the arc items, especially if we don't want to be in close and personal. So Gemini Jester does just fine with if anything's near you, you don't want it to be, you can dodge out of the way and get that survivability down. As always, we want the Overload and Barrier mods, but the main thing is having enough rocket launcher ammo to make use of Wardcliff Coil whenever you want, as well as the shield break charge, because you're going to be killing a lot of harpies with a lot of easy shields to take down and get rid of that. The Resonance Siphon isn't as important, especially since the super isn't really what we're relying on, but that 2 addition, the supercharged Charge with Light, you want to build up as many Charge with Light stacks as you can so that you can make use of the weapon damage increases that you get with it. Because you have a lot of bullet spongy enemies that you're going to be able to do reliable precision damage with the sniper, as well as the rocket launcher. So building up those stacks with clearing out shields, and then focusing on the champions or the boss is very helpful. Again, picking up as much Wardcliff ammo as we can with that high energy fire to clear out those Charge with Light stacks. Can't help to have sniper aim. I've seen builds with the concussion dampeners on the armor piece, but on this one I didn't go with that in favor of just increased controllability to get those precision damage hits in. Again, you want to get their Barrier and Overload mods out of there, and then make sure you have enough bricks that are going to drop. I didn't really spec out the armor for any particular way. I don't rely on my super very much in this. It may be in subsequent runs, but in this run I don't really rely on it. mainly the supercharged to allow you to get to 5 stacks of charge with light is the main benefit that I'm going towards. But as we get into it, I'll highlight where you want to be using your charge with light stacks. So let's get started. So right away, as the Harpy ads spawn in, you're going to want to stay up on the high platform, because jumping down you just don't have as good of an angle on the Hydra that's going to come in from the right side. So right away, clear shields, clear shields. As soon as you get to charge with light times 5, you don't really need to worry about the Harpies anymore. Try to get as many precision shots as you can. As soon as you get in 3 or so, he's going to teleport towards the back of the room and start moving up the stairs. If he turns away from you, just wait. None of those ads are going to spawn, and the Harpies aren't going to do that much damage to you. If you can kill him before he teleports all the way upstairs, not upstairs where you just saw, but into the next room, that can be very helpful. Again, building up my charge with light. Awesome. And as we go forward, once you go down to the floor here, the first set of ads will spawn. The Minotaur is the main problem, and you want to just slow him down a little bit if you need to, but mainly just tank him with the Wordcliff Coil. Helps a lot. If you go a little bit further, yep, the champion and those other Hydras will spawn. You want to bring the Minotaur downstairs. If those hobgoblins are alive up there and you want to walk up that flight of stairs and go right in their face, it's very likely that you're going to die. So you want to just bait him down the stairs. If you have to walk a little further for them to spawn, if you can hop up on a ledge and maybe get a shot on the hobgoblins with your sniper rifle, it can be very helpful. But at this point, we have a lot of Wordcliff ammo. We're ready for the next champion with some more charge with lights. So I don't want to use my main primary weapon to clear out these hobs. Well, there you go. You can just throw some melees and, you know, it'll change between them. But you want to bait that champion to come towards you onto the stairs where you're not being hit by the other ads, and you can just freeze him and pull out a Wordcliff shot. Sometimes the Wordcliff takes out those fanatics, sometimes it doesn't, but they're easy enough to get rid of. So freeze him up a little bit, stun him. As you know, Wordcliff is a pretty close range. If you try to use it from a further range, it gets kind of confused. So you want to get right in their face with enough distance that you're not blowing yourself up, and hit them from there. Now as you walk further, try to stay away from the left side of the area. If you walk forward just enough to spawn one group of ads at a time, you can help keep those crazy jumpy guys, I forget what they're called, the big new Beyond Light Vex enemies from spawning. So now all you have to deal with a few ads and the 2 barrier hobgoblins, which I'm going to deal with very easily with the sniper rifle. So again, with a limited magazine sniper, it just takes a little bit of patience. Make sure you have one in the chamber for when he pulls his barrier down. And if you can, take out one at a time. The other one's off to the left outside my vision. Keep one in the chamber, right, stun him. And if you go too far forward in order to engage this one, the other one will start throwing his bolts down on you, which is annoying. Again, just wait for his barrier. Hit him anywhere to stun him. Nice and easy. I would like to kill this guy. I don't know if I managed to. I'd probably just dump a Wordcliff in his face. Nope. So once he gets down to the point where he finishes, you can just dump a precision shot. It takes care of him real easy. Wyverns, that's it. That's what they're called. They go down pretty quickly with a Wordcliff shot, especially at a good range. So there you go. Champions are down. You don't have to worry about champions in the boss room. The boss room is really easy because now you have the Hydras to spawn, the Harpies to spawn with their shields for charge with light. What I like to do is take care of the goblins that run around, so you're not using up your charge with light stacks on the normal enemies. So take care of the goblins first. As well, when the second round of enemies spawn, there are 4 goblins. When the second round of enemies spawn, you take out the hobs first and then kill again the harpies. Now, it's just as easy to stand back on the stairs here and do damage to the boss, but what you're going to want to do is just break the shields of all these harpies, build up enough charge with light stacks, and then just chip away at precision damage on the boss. There you go, treasure light times 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now you can just wait, get to whatever distance you need to get to, and just aim for his navel there. Once you get him around maybe a third or half down, the next round of ants will spawn, which is just 2 hobs, normal hobs, and a bunch more harpies. So what I do like to do, once the second round of ads spawn, once he's pretty much all alone, I can just dump my super. It'll freeze him, which increases again the damage that I'm going to do to him. But it's just as easy to build up your charge with light again by getting rid of the harpies and pick away at his precision damage. Charge with light time 4, 5, and take him out real easy with the sniper. Now, an Easter egg, once I finish this run, there is another run that I went to where I just basically tanked the boss with Wardcliff and my super, which isn't that difficult to do. At the end, I've got 3 more shots of Wardcliff, and I just need to get past these enemies, so it's just being impatient there. Whiffing that shot. So this is not even close to a par time for me, or even a good time. I got it down close to 404 earlier, and that was pretty good. But yeah, again, nothing too complicated, especially if you have a high enough gear score. But yeah, stay tuned for another run, which goes even faster. I may have put this down at 2 times. I think I do it, yeah, it's 2 times speed and then 8 times speed. Just so you understand what's going on. I enjoy the music as it's sped up. At 4 times it's okay, but I think at 8 times the music is actually even better. It's kind of funny watching these little pings come through. Yeah, take out that Hydra as soon as you can. Shield, shield, shields. I'm all ready for times 4. Oh, this little screen is very helpful. Now the champion's coming around and try to find me, but if I stand up on the screen, you know, it takes a little while for him to get there. So I can take out the hobgoblins pretty quick. The harpies are no problem at all, especially if you're not jumping. And champion pretty quickly. You can actually manage to freeze him, which isn't very convenient because you want to bait him towards the top of the stairs you just came up. But again, I'm not relying on having charge with light at this section. Make sure I freeze the guy as he's coming in to get me, so I don't have to use a Wardcliff shot. Wait for my health to come back, and then chip away at this guy. Always keep one in the chamber. And if you don't manage to spawn the wyverns early, you can go forward and get them. Now, the other wyvern does like to jump down, especially depending on your placement. Here's where it's just like, I have 4 Wardcliff shots, let's freeze the boss, kill everybody. And I will leave you to enjoy the 8 times speed clip that comes after this in peace. Hope you enjoyed, have fun running.